Hey guys, welcome to my ultimate guide to fishing in 120. I'll show you everything you need to know to go from noob to pro. So let's start off with a fishing rod. So we need 3 sticks in a diagonal across the crafting grid like this, and then 2 string, one below the other. And it actually looks like a fishing rod. Super easy to remember. So now we have our fishing rod. Let's move on and talk about what we can catch. We have an 85% chance of catching fish, a 10% chance of catching junk, and a 5% chance of getting treasure. But what sort of fish can we catch? Well, we've a 51% chance of getting cod, a 21.3% chance of having salmon, an 11.1% chance of a puffer fish, and a 1.7% chance of a tropical fish. And what about the junk? Well, we have a 1.7% chance of a lily pad, a 1% chance of a bone, a bowl, a tripwire hook, leather, rotten flesh, a bottle of water, a 0.5% chance of a stick or string, a 0.2% chance of a rod, a 1% chance of leather boots, and a 0.1% chance of 10 ink sacs. But what we really want to know is what treasure can we catch? Well, we have a 0.8% chance of catching any of the 6 treasures. That includes an enchanted bow, an enchanted rod, a saddle, an enchanted book, a name tag, or a nautilus shell. That's cool. So what will we get if we enchant our rods? Well, with luck of the sea, we'll get a +2 chance of collecting treasure and a -2 chance of collecting junk. So, with luck of the sea 1, we'll have a +2% chance of treasure and a -2% chance of junk. Luck of the sea 2 will be +4, -4, and luck of the sea 3 will be +6, -6. With the lure, it knocks off 5 seconds on your fishing time. Now the average fishing time is 5 to 30 seconds, and you can't have a negative number. So at lure 1 it's -5, at lure 2 it's -10, and at lure 3 it's -15. Now for unbreaking, we have a +64 per level. Now, an average fishing rod in Java will only last for 64 casts before it breaks. So we can double that for unbreaking 1. For unbreaking 2, we can add 128. And for unbreaking 3, we can add 192. So an unbreaking 3 rod will give us 256 casts before it will break, which is still considerably less than a fishing rod in bedrock. Now mending is amazing because every time you cast and you collect a fish, you get experience points. And those experience points, the globes that you collect, will mend your rod. So in theory, a rod with mending on will give you infinity and beyond. Yeah? No? Okay, moving swiftly on. Let's look at the ideal place to fish. Now we need to find a body of water which is 4 by 5 by 5. We need 2 blocks above the water, 2 blocks below the water, and 5 wide and 5 long. So what else do we need to take into consideration? Well, we need to fish below the sun or the moon with no obstructions. For instance, if we were to fish inside a cave or under a ledge, we would have to add 50% to our fishing time. So instead of taking 5 to 30 seconds, it would take 10 seconds to 1 minute to catch a fish. But if we want to reduce that amount of time, the ideal time to fish would be in the rain. Fishing in the rain knocks off 20% of your average fishing time. So next time we have a thunderstorm, don't go running to bed, grab your fishing rod, run down to your nearest water source and get fishing. Let's get this guide out of the classroom and into the sea. Now that we've found our body of water, we can get fishing. But the first thing we need to do is make sure that our particles are set to all. This is when you'll see the bubbles on top of the water. And if it's set to minimal, it'll be very difficult to see. So we go into Options and Video Settings, and we scroll down and we'll find Particles. And make sure that that's set to all. And let's get fishing. So we need to use the right mouse button to cast out, and then we see these bubbles bouncing off the surface. But we have to wait for the V-shaped particle stream to approach our bobber, and when our bobber goes down we have to quickly right click, and there we have it, caught. So we right click again to cast out, wait for the particle stream to come to the bobber. When the bobber goes down, right click and catch. And it's as simple as that. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Please do like and subscribe, that would be fabulous. I do lots of fishing videos with some fabulous music. So do please check out my channel and come back again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.